Commanding the logistical army required for a major film creates a staggering daily burn rate. This massive capital requirement produces a perpetual financial vacuum, a space often filled by capital derived from illicit sources or predatory regimes. Boardroom protections functioned as a deliberate model for asset preservation. Legal and corporate structures worked to ensure a high-revenue producer could operate without interruption, treating predatory behavior as a manageable risk. Hollywood legal firms repurposed agreements to purchase silence regarding sexual assault. This use of contract law blinded the marketplace. Predators presented clean diligence reports to future partners while victims remained legally bound to silence. Studios use an actuarial approach to manage abuse. As this chart shows, if a projected settlement payout costs less than the expected profit of the producer's next project, the trauma is absorbed as a standard operating expense. High-risk financing models make this systemic complicity a structural requirement. The industry protects its rainmakers not out of ignorance, but out of a calculated need to protect the flow of capital and content. The convergence of music and film media created new avenues for exploitation. Sean Combs leveraged his media empire and lifestyle branding to erase the boundaries between professional production and personal control. Allegations regarding freak-offs describe them as organized intelligence-gathering operations. By recording compromising material, an empire creates kompromat, a coercive currency used to ensure the silence and compliance of everyone in the inner circle. Jeffrey Epstein utilized a similar strategy to ingest capital and influence. He targeted the industry's need for dumb money, wealthy outsiders seeking the glamour of the screen, to purchase access to vulnerable populations under the guise of film financing. In this ecosystem, brand profitability shields the perpetrator. Moral liability only becomes a concern for the corporate partners when the legal risk threatens the bottom line. Corruption of the narrative itself occurs through a formalized transaction with the state. The Department of Defense maintains entertainment liaison offices to manage a specific exchange with producers. Producers get access to millions of dollars worth of military hardware, like this aircraft carrier, at a steep discount. In exchange, the Pentagon receives the right to correct scripts, ensuring the military's image remains polished for global audiences. Symbiosis with the firearms industry works similarly. In the film Lone Survivor, the characters carry Berettas, despite the real-life SEALs using Sig Sauers. Beretta reportedly paid $250,000 for that placement, prioritizing a marketing deal over historical accuracy. These legal, bureaucratic transactions warp the public's understanding of geopolitical violence. Global blockbusters often function as recruitment advertisements and platforms for high-value firearm placement, subsidized by state and corporate actors. In Asian markets, organized crime has historically exerted direct control. During Hong Kong's Golden Age, Triad syndicates used film production to launder drug money, often coercing megastars into acting at below-market rates through the threat of violence. Corruption in mainland China manifests through state-level financial engineering. The disappearance and subsequent fining of superstar Fan Bingbing exposed the widespread use of yin-yang dual contracts. This visualization shows the discrepancy: a public contract with a low salary for tax authorities and a private hidden contract for the actual compensation. This system facilitates massive tax evasion and allows distributors to inflate box office numbers to drive up company stock prices. In South Korea, the Burning Sun scandal exposed a nightlife cartel involving idols, police, and organized crime. It revealed the industrialization of sexual exploitation and spy cam surveillance operating beneath the image of the K-pop export market. The pressure of a factory-like production environment often erases moral boundaries. Speculative investment and the need to maintain an illusion of perfection frequently take precedence over the safety of the creative class. Modern syndicates have evolved to use the allure of the film industry for human trafficking. In the Wang Sheng incident, an actor responded to a casting call for a new film, unaware the role was a deceptive lure. This map tracks the route, a journey beginning with a casting call in Bangkok, ending with a forced crossing of the Moi River. Victims are trafficked into compounds in Myanmar and forced into labor for transnational scam syndicates. The industry's subjective valuation and high cash flow make it a target for laundering, arbitrary valuation, transient LLCs, vendor layering, and integration as clean revenue. The 1MDB scandal used this structure, funneling stolen Malaysian sovereign wealth into red granite pictures to bankroll cinema. This creates a startling reality. The Wolf of Wall Street, a film depicting the depths of financial fraud, was financed using stolen funds from a sovereign wealth fund. The creator's desire for a budget aligned perfectly with a fugitive's need to wash his capital. If most prestige filmmaking is inherently loss-making, can the global industry survive without the injection of illicit capital? Sustainable models do exist. Jason Blum's production company utilizes a model of extreme thrift, back-end profit sharing, and low upfront pay. It is a disciplined, profitable approach that requires no external illicit capital. Independent prestige studios often rely on transparent venture capital and private equity models. They use brand identity and targeted acquisition within legal financial frameworks, offering an alternative to the vanity project financier. Shifting towards transparent, lower-budget structures is a necessary path to reclaiming the integrity of the art form. While it may result in a smaller industry, it is the only way to ensure the artist is no longer marginalized by the financier.